Very good morning, students. So in this session we will be seeing about the element of visual perceptions. Okay, so as we all know that it is very clear from the topic that we are going to see how the image is getting formed within a human. Okay, so once this topic is being completed, you all will be able to understand what are the elements of visual perception, and then how image is being formed in the eye, and how the retinal object that is formed within the eye is being calculated. For example, we have taken a human eye. So this is how it works. This is the human visual system. So let's see in depth about in the upcoming. So this is the structure of human eye. As you know that this sclera, choroid, retina, this optic nerve, ciliary body, pupil, all these will be playing the major role in forming the image in an eye. So first let's see about the structure of human eye. So mainly the human eye will be approximately about 20 millimeter diameter. Okay, so and it will be enclosed by three membranes like cornea, sclera, choroid, and then retina. So how about cornea? It will be a tough and transparent tissue. It will be covering the anterior or front surface of the eye, and the sclera it will be the continuous with the cornea. So it will be just an opaque membrane. Okay, so whereas the cornea will be a transparent membrane. So first this image will be perceived by our eye. After that the perceived image will be just an inverted image. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to get a good image in my eye. So for that the neurons, the receptor, and the other specialized cells that are present within our brain will be responsible for this particular interactions. Okay, so this is the human eye structure. So first what the process is, the light will be getting on passed through the cornea and then the lens into the retina. Okay, so the main duty of the cornea is to adjust the light that are getting perceived by the human eye. Okay, so the photoreceptors in the retina, it will be converting the preserved light, that is perceived light, into electrochemical signal. Okay, so the rods and cones, they will be held together by the fiber optic bundles. So in general, if we can say that the rods and fibers will be in form of a suspended form. Okay, so they both will be held together or connected together by this fiber nerve bundles through a series of specialized cells that coordinate the transmission of electrical signals to the brain. Okay, so we know that our eye will be taking the light waves for our visual cortex to process into one perception, and the light will be getting on faster through the cornea, and then it will be focused into the retina with the lens. Okay, so at that time the retina will be controlling the amount of light that is being entered into the eye. Okay, so for example, if our eye is getting exposed to an very high amount of light, at that time the retina will be just expanding to adjust to the amount of light that is being entered into the human eye. Similarly, if you take during the night time, the amount of light received will be less. Okay, so at that time the retina will be contracting to the amount of light that. Okay, so you can see that rods and cones are used to process the color in the dark as well as in the light. Okay, so mainly this rods will be responsible for the image that is present in the dark atmosphere. Okay, so and the cones that will be prominent during the daylight. So this is how the rods and cones work. So you can see the structure of rods and cones, how they are being distributed in the human eye. So it is clearly given here. So now let's see the composition of rods and cones. So in rods and cones, the rods will be about 125 million cells will be present in the retina, whereas the cones 4.5 to 6 millions will be present. So it will be concentrated on the periphery of retina, and the cones that is mainly responsible for the color vision. Okay, So whereas in case of rods, as we know that it is not used for color, so there will be no color detection, but in case of cones it will be very sensitive to red, blue and green light, that is the RGB light. Okay, so as we have learned earlier in the RGB model, these three will be very sensitive to the cones. Okay, so in the previous slides I told you about the brightness adjustment of rods and cones, right? So as we all know that rods will be mainly perceiving the image during the night time. This particular is called as scotopic vision. Okay, so whereas in the cones, as it is getting perceiving the image during the daytime, we can call it as photopic vision. Okay, so in addition to that, it will be providing peripheral vision or motion detection, like that. Okay, so this is how the rods and cones composition gets. Okay, so this is the distribution. So they are represented in terms of graph also. You can see that the highest density points on the cone, that is that at the below end, lower end, you can see that, so it is called as fovea, and there will be a blind spot at the optic nerve, that is called as exit. Okay, so this is the color perception. We all know that the color range will be ranging from IR to UV rays. Okay, so within that rays, the visible light regions will be from 700 nanometer to 400 nanometer. So our human eye can perceive only this particular small part of electromagnetic spectrum. So this is taken into consideration. Okay, so in the human eye there are two types of visual system. So that is based upon the retinal skill. Number one, scotopic vision. So not color sensitive. So that is, it will be but more sensitive to the light, that is mainly the peripheral rods. Okay, so next thing is photopic vision, color sensitive and then less sensitive to the light and mainly central. Okay. That is, so this is the image formation in the eye. First the object will be represented and then light will be leaving the object and propagating in all direction. So some lights will be reaching the eye and the light changes the direction when it passes from the air into eye, and then location will be focused onto the. Okay, so you can see this how the image, suppose if my eye is getting on focus to the mountain and the sunflower, so first I will be receiving an inverted image within my eye. Okay, after that the particular specialized cells, that is nerves, it will be playing the role and it will be forming an correct forward image. Okay, that is straight image. Okay, so from the moment light enters to the eye, the interruption of an image in the eye will be formed. Okay, so next thing is image formation in eye. The eyes will be flexible and it will be controlled by the fibers of the ciliary body, and also to focus on the distant objects if it is getting flatter. Similarly, or if the object is getting flatter, or in order to focus the distant object, you can go for using. So the distance between the focal length, that is between the lens and the retina, will be from 17 mm to 14 mm. The refractive power of the lens grows from minimum to maximum. So objects further than 3 meter can use minimum refractive lens power or vice versa. Okay, so for example, we are going for calculating the retinal image of an object. So as you can see that the length of the tree is being taken, and then the image formation as well as the focal length, that is between the retinal length and the object, is being considered as 100 meter, and we have directly applied in the formula, and the retinal image of an object formed is calculated as x is equal to 2.55 meter. I hope you all understood and had a useful session knowing about the element of visual perceptions. Thank you.